Hey guys, my name is Hogan, and in this video I'll be showing you how to create a dropshipping website using WordPress. Right, so this is the website I'll be showing you how to create. Now, if you're not familiar with dropshipping, basically how this works is you'll have your website over here, and we'll be able to import the products directly from the supplier website into our own website, and then we can market the product to our customers. All right, and then once your customer purchases the product, then we can order the product from the supplier, and the supplier will ship the product directly to the customer. So essentially, you don't have to invest thousands of dollars into the inventory without knowing if it's going to sell. You can get started with dropshipping today, and once you actually get a few sales, then you can actually import and brand your items and things like that. Right, so dropshipping is great for beginners to get started with e-commerce, just to learn the ropes and how everything works. So I'll show you an example of exactly how it works on our website over here. Okay, so this is our website, and we can go to our supplier's website over here, and we can select from all these different types of categories. So let's say, for example, we want to import some phone cases, and we can just click into the category, right? So we can look at all these different types of products. As you can see, they sell it for like $1 or $2. For example, let's say you want to import this one over here. We can click on import. All right, and that's going to directly import onto our website over here. All right, so if we refresh the page, then we scroll down, then you should see it imported over here, right? So it's imported onto our import list, and we'll need to publish that onto our website. So let's just say, for example, your customer comes onto your store and they like this product over here, right? So they'll just click into that product. Okay, so they can basically select the product that they want. So for example, they might want to add this one over here, and then they can add it to cart, proceed to checkout. Okay, so they can fill in their information over here. They can scroll down and put in their credit card details. So this is just a test credit card, by the way, and then they can click on complete order. So once the order is complete, then they'll receive an order notification as well. Same with you. You can also go back to your dashboard area, and this is where we can actually use the AliDropship plugin to semi-automate the ordering process. So we can hover over orders over here and then click on orders. And then we can click on the new order which just came in, right? So it's not processed yet. Click into that. And then we can click on place order automatically. And that is going to basically connect with our supplier's website and fill in all the customer's details, phone number, their address, and basically the product that they've selected from the supplier. And it's going to order the product for us, right? So the supplier will receive the order once you pay them, and then they'll ship the product directly to your customer. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now in this video, I'll be showing you everything that you need to know about creating your dropshipping website using WordPress, and it's going to be really, really amazing. So without much further ado, I'm going to go through exactly what we need to get started. So to create our dropshipping website, we'll need 4 basic things. So the first thing that you'll need is a domain name. So that is basically just your website's address, for example, yourstore.com or like google.com. And hosting is basically where your website files will be stored, right? So we need those 2 things. Now, if you got those 2 things, then you can definitely skip ahead. And then I'll show you how to install WordPress, which is completely free. And WordPress is a content management system, and that basically allows us to create any website, any blog, any e-commerce website without learning how to code. Then we'll be using AliDropship. So this is sort of like a plugin that we add onto our website for extra functionality, and it's going to help us automatically import the products directly onto our website and also semi-automate the ordering process and all the functions that you need for a dropshipping website. So that is pretty much it. So what I do also recommend is using the Chrome browser, because we're going to be using some Chrome extensions for this tutorial. Okay, so we're going to get our hosting at SiteGround. So you can either click on the link down below, or you can just type it into your browser. So siteground.com/go/unlocked, right? So this is a discount affiliate link. And basically, if you do purchase through that link, then I'll get a commission for the sale. And that basically just helps support these free tutorials for you guys. And you also get a discount as well. Okay, so here are 3 different plans that you can choose from. Now, personally, I have the Go Geek plan, but that's probably a little bit too much if you're building your first website. That's normally for people who want to create sort of multiple websites, and you're building websites for clients and things like that. That way you can host it all under one account, right? The same thing with the Grow Big. You can also have unlimited websites, so you can have like your website, your friend's website, and a few clients' website, and that way you're going to save a lot of money because it's all hosted under one account. So if you're just starting out, you're creating your first website, then you might go with the startup plan, and you can upgrade within the dashboard later on as well. Okay, so you can also check out the premium features as well if you do want to check out those other plans. All right, so for this tutorial, we're going to click on Get Plan. And here we're going to register a new domain. So your domain is basically just your website's address. Now, sometimes you do have to be a little bit creative because it can be taken. Now, if you have sort of bought your domain from like GoDaddy or Namecheap, then you want to select this option over here. Okay. If you don't, then just register a new domain and you also get a free sort of domain for the first year as well. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to call it maybe tutorial demo, maybe 91, right? And hopefully that's not taken. And here you can select the sort of domain, country specific extension, right? So I might just go with .com. And then what you want to do is just click on proceed to see if that has been taken. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so what you want to do is fill in your email address and your password, as well as your client information and payment information. So once you've finished filling in your information, then you can go to the hosting services over here and you can actually select the data center. So this is one of the main benefits of SiteGround is you can click over here and you can choose the data center which is closest to your audience, right? So that basically means that if the data center is closer to your audience, the website's going to load a lot quicker. So with a lot of other web hosts, sometimes their data center is mainly just in the United States. And that way, if you are based in Asia or Australia, then your website's going to load quite slowly. And with SiteGround, you can actually choose, right? So I'm going to go with Australia and Sydney. Now for the period here, so normally the longer that you actually choose, the bigger discount you'll actually get, right? So you can actually choose 24 months as well. And 36 months as well, but the best deal that you're going to get is probably 12 months because I've already got a few accounts with SiteGround already, and this is just a demo tutorial. I'm just going to select the month-to-month plan, okay? And for the domain privacy, so this basically will hide the information that you put up before, right? So if you are just like operating from your house and you don't want people to see your information, because normally people can actually search up your personal name and your contact number, and you might get a lot of spam and things like that. So if you do want to avoid that, then you can select domain privacy. It's recommended but not necessary. All right, so we're going to scroll down over here and then we can select I confirm, and if you want to get like news and updates, then you can select that as well. So I'm going to untick that. So once you've checked everything, then we can click on pay now. Okay, so your account has successfully been created. Click on proceed to customer area. Okay, so what you'll need to do is just log in again with your details that you provided before, and then click on next, and then click on login. So this is your SiteGround dashboard area. Okay, so what we're going to do is just click on setup website, and here start a new website, click on select, and we're going to install WordPress over here. Select, and here you need to put in your email address. So I'm just going to put in ds tutorial 91. Right, so we're creating the sort of login credentials for our WordPress account. Okay, and then click on continue. And if you want to get the SiteGround site scanner, if you want that, you can click on add. I'm just going to click on finish. All right, so that's going to take a few minutes to create your website. So while SiteGround is creating your WordPress installation, you'll also get a few emails as well, and you'll just need to click into it to verify. All right, so let's click into that one. And we just need to click on this to verify the information of your domain and things like that. So I'm just going to wait for that to load. Let's click on back over here, and then we're going to set up and click on this one over here. All right, and click on set data use as well. Okay, so that does take a little bit of time to load up. So consent is optional. So for this one, I'm not going to consent. I'm just going to save consent. All right, and that's done. And the other one over here, we need to verify the information, all right? And that should be done, all right? So we can go back over here and your website should be created, all right? They'll also send you an information about your account over here as well. We can go back over here, and what we need to do is just click on manage site. Okay, so here we can go to WordPress, install and manage, right? So as you can see, WordPress has been installed onto our domain over here. And we can click on the sort of icon over here, log into our admin panel, and that's going to log us in to our new WordPress website. So here we don't want to use the WordPress starter. I'm going to be showing you how to create everything from scratch. So what you want to do is make sure you click exit, all right? And that's going to take you to your dashboard area in your SiteGround WordPress website. Okay, so before we actually start building, I do want to go through just some basics of WordPress and how to really, optimize all the best settings for your WordPress installation. Right, so the first thing I want to show you is the home page. Right, so if you hover over on the top here and click on visit site, this is what your website looks like right now. Right, so we'll be installing a theme and also the plugin a little bit later. So if we want to log out our website, so this is what we see when we're creating our website. So what our customers will see once we log out is we'll go over here to our domain name and just delete that and click on OK, right? And then this is what your customers will see. So if you want to log back in to your dashboard area and start, building your website, then you need to type in /WP, so WordPress dash admin, and then click on enter. Right, and that's going to take you to the login panel, and this is where you just need to put in your email or your username that you set up before. So in this case, it's dstutorial91@gmail.com, and then I'm just going to put in my password that we set in before, and then we're going to click on login. Alright, so generally you can actually save it to your Chrome browser if you want to as well, which I might do. I'm going to close that, and what I recommend is to just bookmark that onto your browser so that anytime that you want to log in, then you'll be just clicking on that link. Alright, so we're just going to close these things on the top over here. Alright, and the first thing I wanted to show you is go to settings and click on permalinks. Right, so you want to ensure that for your permalink settings, you want to select post name. Right, so basically when you're creating like a new page or a new post, the title will be included in the sort of permalink, right, of the URL. Right, because I know a lot of people might be using different web hosts and it might be set to custom structure or something different, so you just want to make sure that is set in properly and just click on save changes. Then the next thing you want to do is click on plugins. Right, so if you are sort of you have different plugins installed already, what I generally recommend is to deactivate all your plugins. So just select all and deactivate it. Right, so I'm just going to deactivate this one over here, okay, WordPress starter, and I'm going to delete it. Right, so plugins are basically sort of apps but for your website. Right, so there's normally a plugin for everything that you need. For example, like security, if you want to back up your website, if you want to add additional features, there is a plugin. Okay, so I'll be showing you how to install plugins a little bit later. Right, so generally you don't want too many plugins on your website, otherwise it's going to be slow, and sometimes it might conflict with in terms of building our website. Right, then we click on pages over here, and I'm just going to delete everything over here and move it to trash, and click on apply, click on trash and select that and delete permanently and apply. We're going to click on posts, and if there is any post, then just delete it. I'm going to trash it as well over here, delete permanently, and that's all good to go. So as you can see, if you're using SiteGround, then you'll notice that your website is going to be super fast, mainly because for SiteGround they use really good sort of servers, and that just makes your website load and performs really good. So before we actually install the theme and also the plugin, I do want to show you how to make your website secure. So as you can see here, it says not secure, and generally what you want for your website is to have a secure and also a lock symbol. Otherwise people might not trust your website, and especially if you're creating an e-commerce website, because we're going to be accepting credit cards on our website, then we need to make sure that it's secure. Right, so we can hover over and click on dashboard, and we need to just install a plugin. All right, so click on plugins over here, and here add new, and we're going to install a plugin. So it's going to be called Really Simple SSL, and just click on enter, and it's this one over here, okay, by Really Simple Plugins. Click on install and then click on activate. Okay, so sometimes you might see this issue over here, and that just basically means that for your domain you don't have the SSL certificate installed yet. Right, so what you need to do is, if you're with SiteGround, then you can just go to SiteGround, okay, and click on websites and click on site tools. So we just need to ensure that the SSL is installed on our domain. Sometimes I think it's automatically done, but sometimes it might not be set up yet. So click on security, SSL manager. All right, so here there is no SSL installed on our domain yet. So what I'm going to do is select the Let's Encrypt, right, and then click on Get. Right, so if you're with like another host, then you need to contact your web host, or you can actually do it in cPanel as well. If you click on this link over here, I think they'll have an instruction on how to actually set that up in your cPanel area. All right, so it's not too hard, and once you do that, then we can reload it and then it will work. So let's just wait for that to process, and we'll come back. It's installed. That did take 2 minutes, so let's go back over here and let's try and reload. Okay, so we need to log back in, and that should be done. All right, so let's go over here and just close that for now. Okay, I think that should be done. I'm just going to click on that again, click on login and close it. Let's go over here and visit site, and the lock symbol should be showing. Right, so that is what you do if you have, don't have SSL, if you're on other web hosts. For SiteGround, you can also go to HTTPS enforce as well. This is like another way that you can do it, but we just did it this way because there's a lot of people who are sort of following and you're using different hosts. Okay, so once that is done, let's go over and visit our website. Okay, everything's all good. Let's close everything that on top over here, and you can also clear things up over here by clicking on the screen options, right? Because sometimes you don't need all this stuff over here. Now you can also hide it right here, right? So we're just gonna hide everything, hide this, and maybe hide this and hide that, and just leave that over there and close that over there. Okay, so to install the theme and also the plugin that we're gonna be using, so open up a new tab and just type in hoganchua.com/Ali, and we're gonna be using the AliDropship plugin for this. So click on buy now for $89. All right, so here just fill in your information, your email, as well as your credit card information. So I'm just going to quickly do that. And then here for your coupon, you can actually use a coupon to save, I think, 15% off. So just type in Hogan and click on apply. And here you're going to save $13. Right, so once everything's done, just click on complete order. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down, right? So they've got additional offers. Probably don't need that right now. So let's go down over here and just skip this step. Okay, so here is your license key as well as the plugin downloads as well. I'm going to download this one over here for PHP 7.2, right? So I think SiteGround is using 7.2 and above. So we're going to download that, and we're going to download that onto your computer. All right, and then we're also going to click on see all themes. So I might just open that in a new tab, right? And we're going to scroll down, and we're just going to be using a free theme for this tutorial, but obviously you can use some other paid themes as well. I just think this one's a good one to start off with, right? It's called the Rubens theme, and just click on view details and then download the theme. Okay, so once you've downloaded the plugin as well as the theme, it should look something like this in a zip file format. Then what you need to do is just go back over here and go back to your website. All right, and let's just close that for now. And we want to go to appearance, click on themes, and I'm going to click on add new, upload theme, choose file, and then I'm going to select the Rubens theme. Okay, make sure it's the .zip file, otherwise it's not going to upload properly. Click on open and install now, and then we're going to click on activate. All right, so if we go back and visit our website, it's going to say to activate the AliDropship plugin. So let's go back over here, and we want to install the plugin as well. So click on add new, and then upload plugin, choose file, and then select this one over here. Okay, click on open, install. All right, just click on activate plugin. Okay, so let's click on AliDropship over here. So this is the AliDropship menu, and we want to activate the license key. So click on license, and we want to paste in our license key that you've got over here, right? So copy that, and you probably should get an email as well if you don't see it. Let's copy over here, and let's copy and paste activate. And then on the right here, it should say that it is activated on your website, just like that. Now, this license key is only valid for one domain only. If you do want to sort of delete this domain and you delete this website and you want to buy a new website, then you can actually use the license key, but you just need to contact the support to deactivate it. All right. Now, if you want to build multiple dropshipping websites, then you'll need multiple licenses. Okay. So this license is also includes support as well. So you can also check out like their knowledge base and contact the support team, and you can also check out their forum as well if you do need additional help. All right. So now that's pretty much good to go, and I'll show you how to import your products and things like that. But if you do have problems, normally the problem will be that your PHP might not be high enough. then you might need to upgrade your PHP version. Normally you can do that in cPanel, or you can just ask your host to do it. You can also click on how it works over here as well, and contact the support to help you, install it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just close these ones over here, and we need to install a sort of Chrome extension. Now, Chrome extension is going to be called, I think, AliDropship Chrome extension. Click on enter, and it should be the first one over here. All right, we want to install this Chrome extension onto our sort of browser, and click on add to Chrome. Just add to extension. And there's also another one that I recommend. So it's called let's just click on close for that. So let's search for AliExpress, and then this one's going to be image downloader. All right, so it should be, I think, this one over here, AliExpress image downloader. And this is going to help you download the images from AliExpress, because sometimes you might need to use the images for, your Facebook ads or just on your website, and you can't really download it properly on AliExpress itself. So this Chrome extension is just going to make it super easy, and just add that in. All right, and I'm going to close that, and that should be good to go. Right, so the next thing you want to do is you want to connect the AliDropship plugin and also the website with the Chrome extension. All right, so click over here, click on that, and what you want to do is just copy your URL from the top here, copy and click on that, and paste that into here, and then click on add. All right, and that should be added. Right, so we click on login, and that's going to authenticate with your website. So just click on authorize, and that should be authorized. Right, so if you click over here and click on AliDropship, then it should show like a green symbol, right, and that just shows it's connected. All right, so that's going to allow you to import the products from AliExpress. So to import products from AliExpress, click on import over here, and we can click on direct import from AliExpress. So you do want to also create an account with AliExpress as well. So if you don't have one, just click on join. Really, really simple to sign up. I'm just going to sign into my account. Okay, so in this video, I'm probably not going to go too in depth about like competition research or which niche you should pick, on which products you should pick. I'm going to go through and just explain just like the basics of it. And let's say, for example, we go to men's clothing and you want to upload hoodies, right? So the first thing that you probably want to do is you probably want to avoid things like Puma, Nike, things that are basically trademarked, right? So you want to avoid those things. And the next thing that you want to do is you probably want to select free shipping as well, right? And you can also select by the number of orders on top over here, right? Because you want to select a product which has been proven to sell and proven in terms of the rating and the reviews as well. So I probably wouldn't sell something like this, right? Because it's very, very basic. When you're doing drop shipping, you want to find something that's a little bit more unique. And I'll also leave a video, I'll also leave a link in the description below, which has a really good article on, which products to avoid and which products to select, right? So think about a product which is very, very unique that you normally don't find in a store, because in terms of drop shipping, our competitive advantage is not like shipping times or the prices, but rather more about like it's a unique product and something that people would buy impulsively. Okay, so if we go back over here and let's say, for example, we search for this one. So I think this is a pretty good item in terms of a product, right? So mosquito, it's an LED light thing, right? It's very, very nice. I think when you're also picking a product, you probably want to think about, okay, who are you going to target with this product, right? And let's say we click into this product over here. You also want to look at, do they have videos and do they have images that you can use on your website, as well as advertisements and things like that as well. Okay, so if you've downloaded the image downloader, you can actually click on this and you can download all the images on the page, right? And then you can use that for your advertising materials and things like that. So what you want to do is you want to also have a look at the product. For example, scroll down over here, right? And look at the product. Generally, if you do want to sell something, you also want to make sure that the actual reviews of the product is really good, right? So this one has really, really good reviews, 5-star reviews. And you want to check if people have, left some good comments, so you know that you're selling something good, right? So generally what I would do is just get them to send me the product, right? And basically, check the product for myself, and I can also create advertisements for it as well, right? So this one's not too bad, right? I'd probably target this at maybe Southeast Asian countries or countries with a lot of mosquitoes, because I know that, when I go back to Malaysia for holidays and things like that, there's always like mosquitoes at nighttime. It's always buzzing around and really, really annoying. And sometimes in the morning, I get bitten, right? So, this product might be really good for, targeting maybe parents if they have like a child or something like that. It's not a bad product, right? So let's say if you're ready to import this product, another thing that you want to do is you want to check if this product is actually sold by other sellers as well. So what you can do is click on the search item over here, right, and see if it's actually sold. Generally for this one, as you can see before, it was actually sold by a lot of other sellers as well. So you want to check which one has good reviews and also a good pricing, as well as you can also check the shipping, right? So right now for United States, the shipping times for United States is not very good. So you might want to target, other countries which, might enjoy this product, right? So if you go to United States, the shipping times is not very good. For example, August, that's quite a long time, maybe like 3-4 weeks. But then again, if you ship to like, let's say Australia and some other countries, then it might be a little bit better. So you can also check different suppliers as they, have different shipping methods as well. So let's try Malaysia, have a look at that. Okay, but if we go and click over here, let's have a look at maybe this one over here. Right, and let's go over here. So as you can see, right, they offer different sort of shipping methods as well. This company over here, let's try Malaysia. So you want to make sure you find the right supplier. Yeah, okay, so you also got express shipping as well. You can also click into the supplier, so you can go to their store home, right, and make sure that they've been around for a while, and they also sell other products, and they've also got good ratings as well, because last thing you want is for your supplier not to ship your goods to your customers and things like that. Okay, so let's say if we're ready to import, I'm just going to select this one over here, and let's just import this one over here, close everything on the top. Okay, so what you can do is over here you can click on edit, or you can click on import, right? So edit is basically you can just edit the title in here as well, because the title is way too long. So you want to make sure you put maybe something that is unique, but also maybe ultraviolet, LED, mosquito repellent. I think lamp is a good word, repellent lamp. Okay, and then you also want to make sure that you put that into your permalink structure, which is your URL as well. Put the dashes in between as well. Okay, and tick that. Okay, so we're going to add a new category. So let's just say this category is electronics, and then click on add. So scrolling down, you've got the description over here, right? So you want to make sure that you create your own description from their description over here. So you want to make sure you describe the products, all the benefits, how it can be used. And the best thing about it is that they've got really nice images that you can use. Or you can definitely get this product and send it to someone to take product photography. You can go to Fiverr, like let's say fiverr.com, right? And a lot of people offer like freelancing services. So you can do like products, photography, right? So you can send the product to the Fiverr sellers, and they can create really nice lifestyle images with your products and things like that as well, right? So I'll leave all the links in the description below with like all the resources that we'll be using in the tutorial. So scrolling down, some things you might need to remove, like for example, like this one over here, you can delete that, and let's say you delete that as well. Okay, and scrolling down, right? So sometimes products might have a logo on the left hand side here, right? So you can click on the item and you can actually remove it, right? So I'll show you in another product that we'll import. So let's just ignore that for now. And scrolling down, everything looks okay. So we can add or publish. So I'm going to add to import list first. Now what we can do is go back over here, right? And then we can go to our main menu and then click on products, right? And that will be added to our import list, right? So it hasn't been published yet. So we can view our website on top over here, and you can see the product over here. All right. So we're going to go back over here and I'll show you how to import another product. So let's just go back to the home page again. Let's just say we want to find like some socks or something like that, right? So men's socks. Okay, so I probably wouldn't sell something that's very, very generic, like just like these types of socks maybe. So I might choose something like this, right? Something more interesting. It's got a wow factor about it, and if you target it to the right person, then they might buy it. So I think this one might be good as well. So I might just select that one. All right. So as you can see, this one's got different variations that you can add as well. Make sure you check, their reviews and things like that. So here we can just click on import. Okay, and that's just going to import directly onto our website. Okay, so you can definitely look into different categories and try to look a little bit further in as well. Let's just say, for example, let's just do maybe some phone accessories. You've also got like phone cases and things like that as well. Like for example, really cute phone cases. Over here, let's have a look. So I'm going to sort by the orders as well. Scrolling down, so as you can see, 75,000 orders. Scrolling down. Let's click on the second page. There's a ton of products that you can choose from. Select free shipping as well, and you can also select ship from certain areas, right? You can, I think some of the items might be shipped from the United States as well, so that way the shipping can be quite fast. So I think this one's pretty cool, right? So that one over there, right? I might target this to a younger audience and things like that. So let's just click on import, and that's going to import to our import list. And let's go ahead and add another one. So we've got 4 products. So with clothing, that's probably not the best item to sell. Like for example, if you're selling dresses, because the return rates are going to be quite high. They need to actually try it on. If you're drop shipping, you don't have full control over the shipping and things like that, and returning, and it's just a hassle, right? And you'll probably stay away from like, things that people put in their mouth or on their skin, because you don't want to be liable for something like that. This one, a thermometer, that might be a good one. So let's click on that. Okay, so this one doesn't look too bad. This one looks good as well. We're going to search by orders. Okay, so this one's really, really nice. You can target this to maybe like mothers and things like that. So I might select that actually. And then we can click on edits. All right, so here I might just take that one away. Baby thermometer, infrared. Let's just change this around. Infrared, baby thermometer, just like that. And I want to make sure that the permalink is just nice and simple. Baby thermometer, infrared, and that should be okay. Okay, this one I'm going to put it under electronics as well. Make sure you delete what's not necessary. All right, so scrolling down, that looks all good to me. Okay, so what we're going to do is, here is just an additional information. I'm just going to delete all that information actually, so just delete that. And then what we're going to do is just import and publish it. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to close these ones over here, and we're going to go back to our website and just refresh over here. All right, so we've got 4 items, and here we just need to click into it. And over here, you can also edit the variations and things like that, as well as the details over here as well. I'm just going to click on publish. All right, we're going to go back to products, and I'm going to click into this one over here. All right, so let's say, for example, I'm just going to change the title first. Gradient, colorful gradient. Sometimes these things need fixing, right? Because they just put like all the keywords in the title so that they can be found on AliExpress. So sometimes it's just not the best English. So you do need to fix it. Make sure you fix everything properly yourself, right? So we're going to go down over here, and we can hover over here, and you can actually use this tool to remove the logo on the left, right? Just like that. So these are just like local supplier sort of brand names for their products and things like that. And I'm just going to scroll down. Okay, we've got different variations over here. Here you can also edit the variations as well, right? The pricing and things like that. So click on edit, and you can edit the price over here, right? And let's just say we click on publish, then that will be published. So I'm just going to publish the rest of these ones. So and then I think that's all good to go. So let's go back over here, AliDropship. All right, and if we go over here and visit our website, you will notice that the pricing might not be changed yet, right? It might be the original AliExpress pricing. Obviously, you want to add your own pricing to ensure that you do make a profit on your items. So you can go back over here, and then we can go to the settings and click on pricing, right? And here we can add the pricing markup formula. So whenever you add a product from AliExpress, it will automatically apply the sort of formula, right? So we can add the recommended, right? And you can go in here and edit each of the individual ones as well. And you probably want to set up for the price rounding as well, because if we go and let's say we save the changes first, and then we go and update the prices. All right, so when that's done, and if we refresh that, then the prices will update, right? And sometimes it's like, 94 cents, 30 cents, it's not even. You probably want it to be like $8.99 or something like that. So what you can do is just round it up, and that should be all good, hopefully. So probably need to update prices. Okay, refresh that. And that just looks a lot nicer, right? So that is that. Now, the next thing that you probably want to do is import the reviews, right? So importing reviews is important because if your customers go to that page, right, then they don't really trust it, right, because it doesn't have any reviews. So you can easily do that by, let's go over here and click on edit item, right? So we're going to import the reviews for this specific one. Scroll down to the bottom, okay, then we'll click on reviews. All right, so I'm going to import reviews for 4 stars and higher, and I'm going to select all countries, translate it to English as well, and then I'm going to import reviews with images only. So that's completely up to you, but that's just me, right? And you can also skip reviews with certain keywords, and I'm only going to upload up to 20, right? Because sometimes if you have too many reviews, then it makes your website load too slow. So I'm just going to click on import. Okay, I'm just going to click on update as well, and then we can click on the URL over here to view that product. And hopefully the reviews have been updated. All right, so 10 reviews over here, scrolling down, right? So sometimes you might need to edit the sort of the titles as well, right? And sometimes the images might not be good. So if you need to edit, some of the language, like for example, it might not make sense, then you click on edit item, right? And then scroll down to the bottom to the review section, and you can just click on edit and edit the reviews and things like that as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is maybe I might just remove this thing over here as well, just like that. Click on save, and I'm going to click on update. All right, so if we click back onto the product before, right, as you can see, it says shipped from China. So sometimes you might want to change that. So I'll just show you how to do that as well. So edit, and we can scroll down to the next section. So much stuff over there. So we can click on the attributes over here. All right, so this one's shipped from China. So we can just delete this attribute over here, and make sure to save changes, right? Because you need to save the changes. Clicking update is not going to save the changes here, right? So just update that as well. Anyway, let's go and view the product, and then that should be pretty much good to go. Okay, so that's just the basics of importing products and also importing the reviews for your products. There's probably a lot more things that you do need to do as well. Sometimes you do need to edit like the image, change the images and things like that. Probably not going to go through this in this video. I want to show you how to edit the hero image, the buttons, and everything like that as well. Okay, so we're going to go back over to our dashboard area. Okay, so to change your hero image, what you need to do is hover over customization over here, and we're going to edit the home page. So click on home. All right, so we're going to edit the slider settings. So generally what you want to do is just open up your website in a new tab, right? So you can see what we're doing. So over here, we can scroll down over here, and we can change the image over here, right? So this is the recommended size. Now, if you don't have your own product images, then you can go to a website called Unsplash, right? And if you can't find an image over here, you can go to Adobe Stock, right? So they've got really good images, but it is paid, okay? So make sure to find a really nice image that relates to your business. So let's just say, for example, I'm selling something related to home, okay? So over here, you got a really nice image. This one's like a minimal feel, which is nice as well. pick something that's related. So maybe something like this, like if you're selling pillows or a couch or anything like that. I think that looks pretty good. So there's tons of images that you can choose, right? Sometimes you can't find it, then you might need to go to Adobe, right? So let's say you like this image over here, so click into it. So instead of downloading just from here, select the drop down and select the medium size one, right? Because the other one is probably a little bit too big and that's going to make your website slow. So let's go back over here, all right, and just upload that. Select files and just upload that image over here, open, and then you're pretty much good to go. So it's selected. Okay, so you might need to crop it to here, just like that. I think that looks okay. All right, and then click on crop. All right, so that might take a second. And what you want to make sure you do is always save it, right? So scroll down and you always want to make sure you save over here, right? To ensure that image is added in, right? So that's how you change the image. So if we refresh the page, okay, let's delete that, and your image has changed, right? So here, you can also change the text as well. So if we scroll over here, right, you can change the title as well as changing the secondary title. So you might want to make that a white color as well, because we can't really see that on top of that image. So let's select that, and then let's click on choose, okay? And here, you can also link it to specific products, right? So this is basically just linking to the sort of shop page. So let's say if you want to link it to a specific product, then what you need to do is, let's say we want to link it to this mosquito LED lamp. So click into the product, copy, just copy that to your clipboard and just paste in the link over here like that. All right. And we can also scroll up over here, and you can also add a sort of video as well, a video link on your homepage. Right, so this is linking to a video. Now, if you do want to change that, then all you need to do is go to your video and just paste in the code over here. So V equals, and then P, just copy that, come back over here, and you just paste that in like that. Okay, so that's if you want to display that as well. Then you always want to make sure that you save. So you scroll down again and save your settings. All right, and we can refresh the page on our homepage. All right, then it should be changed like that. Okay, so you can play around with the different sliders as well. So like if you don't want too many, then you can just remove it. You can update it as well. Okay, if we scroll down over here to product settings, so here we can actually remove this if you want to as well. So here, if you have more products, then it will display under here, and I'll show you how to display it properly at the end of the video. We can just remove it like that, or you can change the title as well, and make sure to save settings. For the blog, I'm just going to remove the blog, all right, and click on save. You can also add some words and something about your website below there as well, just by typing it in here and saving. Okay, so let's go back over here to general, right? So I want to show you guys how to make your favicon as well as your logo, right? So before we do that, what we can do is actually create some of the default pages and menus as well. So since we're here, if we look on the page, there's no pages over here, and we can automatically generate all the FAQ pages, shipping pages, and everything that you need. So let's click on create. Right, so this is amazing. So once that is done, then if you refresh the page, then it's going to generate the about page, contact page, blog page, privacy, and everything, pretty much everything that you need. So if we click into the about, right, and you've got the about page, and you can click on edit page to edit it. Okay, so that's created all the menus on top over here. I'll show you how to configure that after we create our logo. So to create our logo and our favicon, we can go to a website called Canva. So in my opinion, this is really, really amazing and a must-have tool. You can also sign up for like a free, I think, pro version as well. So I'm already on the pro version, but we're going to create the logo. So to create the logo, we need to go and click on the header. All right, so here they have the size that is recommended. So I'm going to be using this size, and I'm going to double the size because I want to make sure that the logo we create is very, very high definition. So we're going to double that, and we're going to go over here, create design, custom dimensions. So 230 times 2, so 460, and then 54 times 2, 108. Oops, 108, and then click on create design. right? So here you can create your logo really easily, or you can go to Fiverr.com as well if you want people to create one for you. So we're going to click on text, and you can easily find a text that you like, right? So each sort of font and text will have its own feeling, so make sure to pick the right one for your brand. Okay, so let's say for example, if we go on our website, okay, so I want to make it sort of more elegant and more I think this one might do well, so go over here, this one over here, like that, and drop it in, right? And just make it bigger. I'm just going to delete the bottom part of it. You can just delete it like that, and I'm pretty sure we can just delete that one as well. And we can make the text a little bit bigger just by changing the text size over here to 56. I think a little bit too big. 48, still big. 42. Okay, try to drag it and move it across, and move it somewhere just like that. Maybe I might make it a little bit bigger. Let's see, 46. Okay, something like that. And then if you want to get a logo, then we can go to the elements over here, right? And you can search for some elements. So I might use, I think this one over here, right? And drop it in like that. So I think that looks not too bad. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So make sure it aligns with the text properly. Something like that. Okay, so I might make this, yeah, maybe 42. Okay, because otherwise it's just too big. Move that across a little bit, just like that. Okay, so if you want to change the color, just click into it, and you can change and edit the color as well as the color of the logo. So I'm just going to keep it black as well. And if you've signed up for the, I think the pro version, you can download it as a PNG. So click on download, and you want to download as a transparent background generally. So click on download. Close that, and what you want to do is you also want to make a white version as well. So right now that is, for example, this one over here. We need to make this one as well. So let's go back over here, and we can click into that, and let's just change the text color to white, change the logo color to white as well. Okay, and then just download it as well. There you go. And then that should be done. Alright, so let's go back over here and click on upload, upload files, select files, and I'm going to upload this one over here and put that in and select, right? So just going to make sure that's cropped properly like that, and click on crop. Okay, and then the next one over here, upload and upload files, select the white version of it. Alright, and then we're going to select and then select it like that and crop. Alright, make sure to save the settings. Okay, make sure that's done, and we can refresh the page. So hopefully our logo has changed. Right, that's looking really awesome. Maybe you could have made, I could have made that a little bit better. Maybe, yeah, but I think that's okay for now. Alright, so let's go back over here, and we need a fav icon. So click on general, and here is the recommended size for the fav icon, which is the icon over here. And as you can see on different websites, they have their own sort of icon there. So what I'm going to do is go back over here, and I might create a new design. So let's click on file, create new design, and maybe custom as well. Let's do 64 by 64. So I made it double the size, create design. Alright, so I'm going to use, so as you can see, they've got different templates here as well. So they've got a ton of different stuff. Click back on elements, and let's just use this one over here again. And let's just make it to size. Like that, right? So I think that's good. So obviously I can change the color and things like that as well. I'm just going to leave it as is for now, right? And then we're going to click on download. Right, so download as PNG as well. Okay, let's go back over here and click on upload, upload files, select files, and just upload that PNG file and select. Okay, save the settings. All right, and then if we refresh the page, then that should be edited and looks really nice. Okay, So if we hover over here next to it, it says My WordPress, just another WordPress website. We can change that as well, and I recommend it. So click on the customize, click on the site identity, and we're going to change the site title. So I'm just going to call it, I think, maybe, let's just call it James and Katie as the brand name, I guess. And let's just say, you know, home, furniture. Okay, so that's just an example. Hopefully you guys can write something better, something about what you sell. Okay, click on publish, and let's close that. And then that is looking very good. All right, so I'll show you how to do something which is really, really important, which I think will really benefit you, especially when you're building websites. So if we go back over here, we're going to scroll down and you can see template colors, right? So how do you design and how do you find the colors on your website? So a good way for beginners to get started is to actually go to, let's say, the image that we've imported, right? Let's go to color.adobe.com, right? And then click on extract theme. So you can also use the color wheel to find a really nice color palette, okay, and use it for your website as well. So find the type of mood that you want to evoke, right? Select the right colors for that. But if we click on extract theme, right, and if we go back to, let's say, Unsplash, right, this image over here, I really like this image and the mood that it is evoking, right? Do you know there's a cat there? Wow, that's scary. Anyways, let's go over there, and then let's go over here, and we can just drop in our image, right? And that's going to get the colors from the image, all right? So here you can also select bright, muted, deep, right? Select the color scheme for your website like that, right? So I personally think maybe this one is quite good, right? So we're going to use this color palette for our website and our brand, right? So you can use this on your social media, use it on like Facebook, Instagram, on your website, and that makes sure your brand is consistent, okay? So let's go back over here. Then let's say if you want to change like the button colors and things like that, we can change it, right? So we can just come back over here, and let's say I want to change maybe the link color to something like this over here, right? Go over here, and let's say we just click on here, paste in the color, and click on choose. The star rating, I might keep that there. I might link color, I might change it to discount badge color. I might keep that as red actually, or I might go back over here and change it to something like this. All right, so it's completely up to you how you do it, but then this just ensures your website is consistent. Okay, so if we just save the settings, that's done. Let's go back to our home, right? So you can also change the button color here as well. So for example, I might change it to, let's say, this one over here, right? Come back, put in the color, and choose, right? So how do you know which color to hover at? So generally I just go to a website called 0 to 255, put in the color code over here, click on next, and I normally choose a color which is 2 to 3 shades darker, right? So people know that's a button. Sometimes I might go lighter as well. Okay, so I might go pick this one, go back over here, click that, and paste that, right? So this is just some really basic sort of web design things that you can do. Okay, save settings, and if you refresh the page, I mean, that just looks really, really nice in my opinion, just really subtle, and it just blends in with the overall background image as well, especially if you change this one over here as well. Okay, so that is that. Now I want to show you how to sort of customize the menu on top right here, right? Okay, so let's go over to our dashboard. What I'm going to do is just close some of these websites up here. Don't need them at the moment. So we can hover over here, right? Appearance, click on menus. And what I want to do is, okay, so we're going to open this in a new tab, right? So we've got 3 menus which have been pre-created for us. The About menu, the Let Us Help You menu. The Let Us Help You menu is over here. That's the About menu, right? So we're not going to edit those menus. We're just going to edit the top menu. So go here to main menu and select. All right, so what you want to do is sometimes you want to click on screen options and you want to make sure that all these are ticked, right? So you can actually see all the tabs here, okay? Because sometimes you might not see it, and it might not be activated. All right. So for the sort of main menu, so these have all been created and they're all custom link, right? But we don't actually have those pages. So I'm just going to delete all of these ones. All right. And I'll show you how to create your own. All right. So for the pages, we can click on view all, right? And that's just going to show us all the pages and that we can just add onto sort of our menu, right? So depending on which one you add, you just click on, let's say I want to add maybe, contact us or something like that. Click on add to menu. All right. And that's going to add it to menu. So if you save to menu and just refresh that page, then contact us will show up, right? So I'm not going to show that one over there. Generally what you might do is probably, link it to a specific product or maybe a specific category, right? So a lot of times, dropshipping websites, you have one main product that is just like working really well in your advertisements, then you might put that one there. All right. So for example, this one over here, just add it to menu and just add it like that. Okay. So you can also put in specific categories as well. So this is categories is only if you have blog categories, blog post. So product categories will be shown here. And let's say you want to put electronics, just add that in like that. Okay. So let's say, for example, if you want to just link to your shop page to display all your products, then what you can do is go to products and click on view all and select all items and add to menu, right? And then here, just click on the drop down and you can change the title to like shop or, products or whatever you want to call it, something like that. Okay. And then click on save menu, right? So if we click on refresh the page, then you'll see the shop. Right, so sometimes it might not work and it might display this error. So what you can do is go back to your dashboard and you want to make sure that we go to the permalinks and here post name. So just select it and reselect it and click on save changes again, right? And let's go back to our visit site and hopefully that's going to work. Okay, and hopefully that will show up like that. All right, so sometimes it might, create an error if you do update or upload new products from AliExpress, right? So just do that and it'll fix it. Okay, so what I want to do is maybe just remove the electronics as well. Okay, and remove that and click on save to menu. Okay, so that's pretty much done for now. What I want to show you now is how to set up the shipping options and also the checkouts and also how to set up, payment and things like that as well. Okay, so that's probably the most important part because you probably want to get paid, right? So let's go back to our dashboard area. So what you want to do is click on AliDropship because we want to go to the AliDropship settings, right? So hover over settings and here we can edit the shipping and also everything that we need, right? So let's click on shipping first. So here you can select your shipping countries. So make sure you select the ones that you will ship to. Probably want to deselect it and just select the ones that you will ship to. So for example, let's say, United States or, whichever country that you will ship to, right? And just select all of that. And then you can select the default country over here and just click on save changes, right? So here I might just put in Australia as well. Like that because I'm going to do a test order as well and then really just order something for myself. All right. And I'm going to select maybe save changes. Right. So scrolling down here, you've got a few different options like free shipping. You've got super saver shipping and standard shipping as well as expedited. Right. So generally what I would do is to offer free shipping, right, and include like the shipping price within the product itself. Right, so generally just click on enable, right? So this could be just like free, you could do like free shipping. It's up to you what you really name it. So it's probably better to actually include, how long the delivery is going to take, right? So let's just say, for example, 14 to 21 business days or something like that, right? That's just an example. And then you might offer maybe like a premium shipping, like a express shipping. So you enable that one over there. And let's just call it express shipping and delivery time, maybe 4 to 7 business days, something like that. Shipping cost, I might just do like 20. All right. So you can definitely just edit and play around with the different options that you need. So generally just put 2 there. Let's just click on save. right? I'm actually apply to all products as well, and save again. Okay, so let's just open that and visit site. All right, and let's click on the product. So let's just add, let's say for example, this one to our product. Click on add to cart. All right, and proceed to checkout. Okay, so free shipping has been enabled. We have to put in our address over here to move to the shipping method that we can change. So generally what I want to do is I just want to put it sort of as a one-page checkout rather than having like a multi-step checkout, right? So you can definitely select this method like that as well. But I personally like just the one page. I just want to keep it very, very simple. So to do that, we can go back to the main menu and go to customizations and then go to, I think, checkout features. All right, and enable the one page checkout like that. Okay, click on save settings, and you can also enable like the trust box as well, so with the icons, and you can edit the text, same here. All right, and let's just click on save for that. All right, and make sure we save that one as well, and then let's try and refresh the page. Okay, so as you can see, like the icons are appearing right now, which is looking great. And then also you can select the shipping method straight away, and then they can just complete the order. Okay, so here you can't see the payment method yet because we haven't added that in. So that's the next thing that I do want to show you guys how to do. So let's head back to our dashboard section over here, and I'm just going to close that one. Let's click on AliDropship settings, and we can click on the payments. All right, so we're going to enable the credit card and debit card on our website, right? So we're going to name the title. So it's going to be called credit and then also debit card, right? So here you can select the payment gateway. So I'm going to select Stripe in this case, right? And then we need to actually connect it to our Stripe account. All right, so we're going to enable that. And to connect it, we're going to need the publishable key and also the secret key, right? So make sure to create an account on stripe.com. Right, so sometimes Stripe might not be available for your country. Then just select one of the payment gateways which is available for your country. Just sign up for it, and normally it's free. Connect it to your bank, and then you can accept credit card. So I'm just going to sign into a demo account that I created. All right, and just make sure you activate your account and things like that. Once you activate it, right, you can click on developers over here. Click on API keys. Right, so this is the live keys. So I just want to create a test. So we can click on view test data, just toggle that, right? And just copy over the token, right? And we're going to close it over here, paste it into here. Okay, so let's just delete the space. And then I'll just put in like the secret key. So this is just the test key. Okay, so copy that in and then paste it into there, just like that. Right, so then we'll be able to accept Stripe. So click on Save Changes. Right, so PayPal is another really popular option in terms of payment. So we want to enable that one as well. All right, and then you can also enable demo mode if you want to as well. So in this case, for the integration, we're just going to click on Classic mode and put in your PayPal email. Right, so creating a PayPal email account is fairly easy as well. Just head over to paypal.com, right? And you can sign up for a business account. Sometimes the business account, it does require some business name and information. You might want to sign up for a personal one first, and once you get a few sales, then you can sign up for a business account. Okay, so that's very, very easy to do, and you just need to connect it up and verify your information and things like that. Then just go back over here, all right, and just save changes. So you can also enable cash on delivery if your customers don't want to pay by cards, and they're comfortable with cash and things like that. So you can click on save changes. All right, so that is pretty much good to go. Okay, so I'm not sure why that didn't save. So I want to make sure that is saved properly. Okay, and save changes. Then if we go and visit our website, hopefully we can see the payment options. Proceed to checkout. And here. Okay. So I'll show you a test transaction and how to fulfill your orders and things like that later, because we do have to set up something really, really important, which is the sort of order email notifications. Whenever your customer places an order, they'll need to get a order confirmation, right? So that's really, really important, and you have to do this for your site. So click on dashboard, And let's go back to AliDropship settings and go to, you can also change the currency as well. So if you want to have, another currency other than US dollar, you can change that as well, right? So like Australian dollar or, something else as well, maybe this one here, okay? And then we can add that in, all right? And then save changes, so then people can actually select the currency they want, right? So let me go back over here, and then on the drop down they can select the currency, right? And the price will change like that. So I think that's really, really great. Let's head back over here and we're going to click on notifications. All right, so for the mailing service settings, you want to select the service, right? So we're going to select SMTP. So we basically just need to connect it with our web host. All right, so we need to go to our SiteGround account. Now I'll also show you if you're using cPanel. So just give me 1 second and then I'll show you like the cPanel version as well. So click on the websites, right, that you're managing, and we can click on Site Tools. So this is really, really simple. It just takes like 2 minutes to set up. So we can go to email over here and we can click on accounts. All right, so you can easily create an email account, right? So I've also got a tutorial showing you how to set up your SiteGround email, HostGator, Bluehost as well. I'll leave the link in the description. So let's just say we're going to call this support, all right, at ourdomain.com. And then let's just set in like a password and click on create. All right, so this is an email, and I think it's really important for if you're creating an e-commerce business to have an email. So make sure to follow the video to connect it with your Gmail if you do want to sort of receive email in your Gmail inbox instead of coming to the inbox over here, right? Because sometimes, you're probably using Gmail already, and then you can also send email via your Gmail account, right? So this is very simple. So over here, we can click on the 3 dots over there and just click on mail configuration. All right, so click on the manual settings. So what we're going to do is we're just going to connect the outgoing server. All right, so we just need the domain URL. All right, so the domain that you're using, just paste that into here, right? SMTP host. So whatever domain, just paste it into there like that without the HTTPS and things like that. For the port, this should be 465, right? 465. So paste that in here. And encryption should be SSL, right? If you have SSL installed on your website or domain already, that should be SSL. If it doesn't work, then you might need to use TSL, and the port number is going to be different, which I'll show you in a second. So the username is just going to be like the email. So copy over the email that you created. All right, and then just put in the password. Okay, and then click on Save Changes. All right, so once that is changed, then that's all good. So for the cPanel version, just log into your cPanel area of whichever web host you're using, click on Email Accounts, and it should look something like this. All right, so here, let's just do like, support. Maybe I'm just gonna call this help actually. Okay, help, right? Select the domain, and then just put in your password again, like that. And then you can select your mail quota. So generally 1,000 should be more than enough. Create an account. All right, so once that account has been created, then we can scroll down. Okay, so find the email, and I think, which one is it? Okay, over here, and then click on more. Okay, configure email client. All right, so over here, you'll have the information as well, right? So it should be the same, exactly the same if you have the SSL installed. If you don't have the SSL, right, which is not recommended, then you just need to paste in this for your over on your website. So paste it over here, and then just put in like the port number here. Okay, so whichever port number that you got, right, and then that should be good to go and all connected up. So click on Save Changes. All right, so this is your admin email, so you might want to send a copy to yourself, and then this is just like the email templates of everything, so you don't really need to do too many things over here. You can click on test, right, and that's going to basically send a test email to your email to check if like everything is connected properly. All right, And I think that is pretty much it for these settings. So what I'm going to do is just go to just make sure that all the email is correct. All right. So you can do that, and we can go to our Gmail account, right? And hopefully that sort of has sent the test. All right. So thank you for your order. And this is basically what it'll look like, right? Because it doesn't have all the information yet, so it doesn't show. So I'll show you that later. So let's go back over here. And the other thing that you probably want to change is, let's go back to main menu, customizations, and I think click on footer. So over here, right? So let's just open that in a new tab. Scroll down. All right, so for your contact information, you probably want to put in like the contact email to the one that you just created, right? So generally, if you're like operating from home, just get like a PO box. It costs like $100 every year, which I think it's worth it. So just put in something like that, okay? Put in a phone number if you have one and save it and things like that, okay? So that is pretty much it for the things. So you can go through each of these things and just customize it for yourself, right? And you can also create, allow your customers to create an email as well, accounts and things like that. I think the settings is over here, okay? So let's go back to our home page. Now, what I want to show you is just a test order and show you how the fulfillment process works when someone actually orders something from you, okay? Okay, so I went ahead and added in just a few more products, okay? So I just filled it up. Now, I'll show you how it all works, right? So when a customer wants to purchase something, right, they're going to click into the product and they can click add to cart, right? And the shopping cart will pop out and they can click on proceed to checkout. All right, so once they're here, they can fill in their details. So I'll just quickly fill in the details for myself. Over here, I'm just going to do a test credit card. So you can actually do this number for a test credit card when you're using Stripe. Okay, and here I'm just going to put in my name and then just a random year and maybe this one over here, 123, and then we're going to click on complete order. All right, so you can also change the background image over here. That's the default image. This is what your customer will get. They'll also get a confirmation email as well, and you'll also get an order confirmation as well. All right, so let's just say you are the owner of the website. So we're going to log in and I'll show you how to fulfill the order when a new order will come in. So let's just log back onto our WordPress website. So click on AliDropship over here, and then we can just click on orders. And then over here, it says my name, and then it's got all the details. Here, it's not processed, right? So you can just click into that, and it'll provide the shipping details for the customer, right? And here is the product. Okay, so what you can do is just click on place order automatically. And basically what's going to do, it's going to log into the AliExpress account, your one, and it's going to sort of clean up the shopping cart, add the product in, put in the customer's details as well. Okay, so everything is sort of auto completing itself, right? So I'm not touching the keyboard. It's just filling in the information. Okay, so all you need to do is put in your real credit card details so that you can actually place that order, because the customer has already paid you. Now you just need to use your details to place an order, right? So I'll just do that, and then you can review the order. Here you want to make sure you say that you are dropshipping. Please don't include any invoices or marketing materials. So after that, just click on place order. All right, so once the payment is successful, then the supplier will ship the product to the address that it filled in. Okay, so your customer's address, and then that should be it, right? So if we go back over here and we just close that, right? We refresh that. Okay, so by default, it's gonna say not processed yet, right? So if you wanna automatically make sure that it is processed when you actually place the order with the supplier, then you can change it over here manually. But normally what you want to do is go to settings and you can click on general. All right, so for the order fulfillment, you want to mark order as processed and mark as shipped as well. Right, so here you can also put in a default phone number if your customer doesn't put in a phone number, and here you can also put in the note as well. All right, so once you've done that, just click on save changes, and then you should be pretty much good to go. Okay, Okay, so I just want to show you just a few tips before we finish off. I'll show you where you can actually change the image, right, for your thank you page once the customer places an order. So hover over customizations and click on thank you. All right, so over here, we can change the image over here, right? So like for example, upload, and we can change it to this one over here, select. All right, and we can just crop it like that. And then we can click on crop. And then save settings. Okay, so you can also change the message if you want to as well. So if we go back to our home page, and let's just say you want to change the order of, let's say, the best deals, you want to arrange the order over here, and also the just arrived as well as the trending. So when it comes to the best deals, this is basically the biggest discount. It will appear in the front, right? So here, just arrived, you just need to change the date, right? So the most recently added orders. And the trending is basically the orders with the most orders, all right? So let's just say, for example, we want to move this to the front, right? This product over here, just click on edit item, and we just need to change the before price, right? So we can reflect the biggest discount. So scroll down to, and we just need to find sort of the pricing over here. So let's have a look, the variations maybe, okay? So we just need to edit the pricing over here, right? So what we can do is just click on that, and we can click on edits, and then we can set the price to, it was $99, and now the sale price is, let's say, like $19 or something like that. And then we can click on apply. All right, so once that is done, we can click on update, and we can view our website, and hopefully that has moved to the front like that. Right, so sometimes you might need to play around with it because this product might have a big discount as well. You just need to edit the discount over here. So here, just arrived, you can click into this product, click on edit item, and here we just need to change the published date, right? So if you want to move it backwards or something like that, then you just make it like maybe June or something like that. So you can change the date and it should move, right? Or you can make it you know, the latest, right? So let's just go back over here, and then if we scroll down to this area over here, right? So the trending products is basically the ones with the most orders, right? So this one, I actually changed it, so now it doesn't actually appear over here, but this one does have a lot of orders on the product, right? So let's just click into this one over here, and let's say you want to move that one forward, right? So we just click on the edit item, and I believe the other one has like 30,000 orders, so we just need to make it like a little bit more, right? So over here, we can just change it to like, you know, 50,000. Click on save changes, right? So your customers won't see it, it's just basically what you see. Okay, so let's just click on update, and then we can sort of visit the site, and then hopefully that would be in the front like that. Okay, so you can also add like your social media links as well, quite simply, and you can do all the stuff over here, right? Customize it, everything that you want. You can also add an Instagram feed as well. Now, if you do need any help, then what I recommend is checking out AliDropship knowledge base. So just go to like help.alidropship.com, right? And here are basically all the articles that you'll need in terms of if you have any issues, then you can check it out over here. You can also go over here, right? And then generally they have like how it works, like on the side sometimes. Like for example, let's have a look. Maybe there's something over here. Okay, there's not over there. Let's just go over here. Settings and general. Okay, so over here, how it works, right? You can also join the forum as well, so to get support and things like that as well. All right, so you can also go to like their website. They also have like a ton of add-ons which you might be interested in if you're making some sales and if you want to improve your website and things like that, right? So you can go over here, products, and I think they have the add-ons. All right, so there are a few free add-ons that you might want to add onto your website. So these will be added on as a plugin. So for example, abandoned cart, you've got this one to connect Google Analytics, right? You get some more advanced settings with that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, right? So if go back over here and we can just log out of our website. All right, and let's go over here. And then that's your complete dropshipping website tutorial. Okay, so if you have any questions, drop it down below. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.